CFG GameCast, episode number 120, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Fridays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. So show us some love and give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any of our podcast services that are out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, David Screen, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Oh, not too much. Just been working hard and hardly working. I've been babysitting baby Smitty a lot this week. Last week I got my flu shot and my booster, and it knocked me on my butt for like 3 days. So, yeah, I'm boosted. So yay! But yeah, it definitely knocked me on my butt, and I got my sleeping schedule off because I could not fall asleep. It was the worst. But I'm feeling better. And this week I started a new game, which I feel like you might like. It's called Inscription. It's really cool.
That I might like, you said?
Yeah, it's card-based.
Okay.
I've heard about it. I've heard a lot of people talk good things about it.
Yeah, I'd seen Markiplier play it, and I was like, oh, that looks spooky, and I think I would like that. So I didn't watch, but Dust played through the whole game and was like, you have to play this. It is amazing. And it's spooky like Nightmare Before Christmas spooky. Like, kind of gives you, like, the creepy vibes, but not too bad. So I would say it's in the horror genre, but it's not, like, in your face, like, jump scares or anything like that by any means. But it's really good, and I'm liking it. So I can't wait to play more of that. Hopefully I beat this boss. I tried to beat it off stream, and I was just sitting here for 4 hours, like, screaming at my monitor. But it was good. It's good. I like it. But that's kind of all I've been doing. Teaching the cat how to sit, That's it. I'm boring.
Taught her to sit, or is he actually paying attention?
She learned. She's already, she'll sit for a treat. So if Opie, she hears the bag, if I give Opie a TREAT, she's right here. I don't want to tease her. The cat comes in and immediately sits. And so if she stands up, I go, and then she sits her butt back down, and then I'll give her the treat. So, but she doesn't like taking it from my hand. Like, she'll swipe at my hand and scratch me. So I end up just throwing it to her because I don't, whatever, it's fine. You don't want contact with me like that. And I get it. Like, eating out of someone's hands probably weird. I wouldn't want to. So I just kind of toss it to her. I did put new locks on my doors, and Power Tool didn't go the way I planned. So that was interesting. And so I've got a hole in my hand at the moment, but that's almost healed. Yeah. Jesus. My drill bit wasn't long enough, so I got on a ladder and I manually did it, and I didn't realize it was going through my skin, and I got a blister, and then that blister popped, and I got 3 other blisters. It was the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways, Jesus, that is so crazy. But you know who is going to be the next voice of Mickey Mouse?
Oh, I do. It is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty on the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Oh, ha ha ha.
You know what you sound like?
It's
me, Mickey. You sound like a mix of Mario and that's what I was like. I couldn't put my finger on it, but you sound like a mix of Mario. It's like that's just like high helium kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Other than being a fool, I've been. It's been crazy busy. I too got boosted last weekend. So I had a couple of days where it was a little rough, body aches, nothing ibuprofen couldn't handle, sore arm and stuff like that. Other than that, though, I'm feeling fantastic. So glad to get that check mark checked off. So we are all good as a family, which is fantastic. Game wise, again, had a great stream playing Scum last night. Cater Tots came in full swing, hanging out. Our community is growing and thriving and surviving and doing things. So that's been fantastic. And then I don't know, I'm still kind of in this lull where like, I don't want to really start any serious game. But I'm kind of just like, I don't know. There's Witch Queen coming out here in less than a month. We've got Seafood, like you said, that's coming out next week. February is going to really kick off. Excuse me. It's going to really kick off that season of just like, they're just going to be, I feel like there's going to be drop after drop of spicy games, and I'm ready for it. I'm preparing myself for it. Also, I've got a big announcement that I'll be announcing next week as well, so I'm excited about that. So overall, things have been going smoothly, and like Lexa was over here a lot because I had a crazy busy week this week at work too. So not lucky, but happy to be past the week now, and things should be starting to settle down a little bit again as until the next wave. So all in all, it has been pretty good, my friend. How about you, brother? How was your week? I saw you got a stream in, man.
Oh yeah, I got a stream and a half actually. Like I was gonna do Monday and then I was gonna do Tuesday, but then something came up. So it's like I'm doing a lot of stuff on the outside. Like hopefully I can be talking about that soon. But yeah. So finally got started to kind of get back in on streaming, but I've been really busy though. We've been trying to be more aggressive on talking to more folks and stuff for like different kind of content, just to kind of mix things around a little bit, and then also try to push for some new kind of sponsorship. So that's basically been my goal for one of my goals I've been wanting to push for this year. So see how that's been changing, and it has actually. So I've been definitely digging it. It's been but it's like it just totally takes most of my time now. So like it's just like, oh wow, it's like, oh, I didn't know it was this time already, and then it's just like boom, okay, here we go. But hey, it's what you have to do. Do what you have to do, pretty much. So, but I don't know, but other than that, we're just doing what we can. So. But I don't want to talk about just the normal BS that we have to go through day in, day out. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic or discussion within video games for the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, to be a part of the conversation. So if there is something that you're wanting to chime in about on what we talk about, by all means, type it inside the chat like always, and we would love to discuss it with you, as we always like to do. So let's get this started with Lex. What are you bringing to the table?
Yeah. So, we've noticed a huge shift as far as like budget PCs in the last couple of years, especially with, teams for Overwatch teams and things like that. PC parts were kind of hard to find, and then we had gaming cafes essentially open up all over, and again, that took a lot of the parts off the market. And AMD realized that they were the lower budget version of what you could afford, essentially, as far as like a game card or other parts and components for your PC, but they've realized that it doesn't matter if they hike the prices up, you'll still buy it. And that's what sucks. The NVIDIA RTX 3050 is coming out, and the price is pretty high. So normally a card like this would be ranged at 100 to 120, but it's at 249. Now, that's before the scalpers get them, and then we'll basically sell them back to you at 500 plus, which sucks. We've seen that the last year and a half. But it's slowly just getting worse. Their CPUs are also really expensive, and so it's kind of the budget PC, whether you were streaming or not and playing games, it's basically null and void. So something you could pay $500 for is now in the 800 and above range. You know what I mean? And so it comes back down to, do I want a PC or do I want to get a PS5 or an Xbox? And I think that's kind of where we all lie as far as gaming. I mean, unless you're made of money and you can have all three, great, good for you. But these are cards that are so expensive, and the prices just keep going up, and they're not going to be going down anytime soon. I've always been an AMD fan. When I used to work on computers back in the day, AMD didn't run as hot as Intel. And so that was always something that I had recommended to consumers, just because, it was a lower price, but that didn't mean it was lower in quality. And I felt like, between Intel and AMD, no offense, Intel, AMD outweighed on the price and the benefits. But now their prices are getting higher and higher. And again, scalpers are taking these cards off the market before us, the consumers, can get our hands on them. So then we're paying another inflated price. Whereas before you could go on, different like Rotten Egg or PC Picker and find components and pieces. Now you get lucky if your buddy from down the street offers you a card for $350. Thanks, Ducky. Because he accidentally got another one. So, it's just, it's so frustrating. And because of the rise of gaming in the last 2 years, I feel like 2019 was kind of like the last era of affordable computers, like starter PCs that you could build upon if you wanted to, but you could get the base components to do what you needed to do, whether that was just game and stream, but at the bare minimum, right? And then work your way up from there, get more RAM, get a better motherboard down the line. You know what I mean? Get different components, different video cards. Now that's not really the option. Like, we're having to save for these cards. And we know that, the 3080 is still going for about $1,600 plus, which is just insane. And so them bringing out the 3050, which is, their lower end card, but what's higher on the market at the moment, it's still a relatively high price. $249 is a lot for a card that would have been in the $120 range. And so I was just kind of curious what you guys thought of this, because I feel like the price hikes aren't going down anytime soon. And I don't know if they'll ever level out, if that's even a case at this point, or if prices will just continue to go up. Because you have to think, like, the price of the working wage isn't enough for living, right? So then you're trying to talk about, how do I save for a card when I can barely survive at the moment, which is what a lot of people are going through. And that sucks, man. Like, not to say that if you're barely surviving that you should go out and buy a computer, not by any means, but saving for it is a lot harder now if you want the latest, greatest.
There's no justification.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, to save for these cards right now. Unless you are a person, like, the thing is, for I've always kind of felt about these spikes is the supply and demand of these cards. Like, initially, when the 30 series was announced, it was already going to be a hot commodity, But then when the pandemic happened, it just became scarce, and then mixed with the scalpers that were just picking up these cards and making what's it called, server farms and stuff like that, card farms and all this stuff. It just made it worse and worse and worse. And the answer wasn't to make it harder for scalpers to get, but rather, let's try increasing the price so their margin line is going to be less desirable to sell these cards. When reality was like, oh, they're selling the cards for $1,500. Okay, well, we're going to sell the cards for $2,500. We're going to jack it up with it. And then when they saw that they were seeing that people were willing to spend that kind of cash, then it was like, okay, we basically just screwed it. You basically just sold it to the company, saying like, oh, people are willing to pay this much money. I had a friend that just bought a 3080 Ti for $2,300.
What?
And I was, for $2,300 just for the card itself. And then I was like, that is insane. That's just now these are the high end cards, the 3080, 3090s, the 38 the 3080 Ti series, maybe even 3070 Ti's and stuff. And we know that, like, the big item one is the 3080 series. Which when it first came out, it was initially coming out for as low as $800 to as high as $1,100, depending on the company, on the thing.
Right.
And so, yeah, but now it's like it's gotten to a point where it's ridiculous. Like, even EVGA, GeForce, all of them are charging at their base level $1,600 for this card now.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, okay, if it's going to cost me a computer just to get that,
There's no point.
I'm not gonna buy it. Like I'm gonna wait, and I have been because like I'm only sporting a 1080 Ti. I've been sporting a 1080 Ti for 3 years, and still I'm like, okay, we'll just like I'm still casually waiting until these prices get back to reasonable things. Now, what makes me more pissed off is the fact that the 3050 series just got announced. And that's the budget line PC one. There's no justification at all to be like the only reason why you would get this card is because you don't have the money to get the high end cards, or you don't game enough to justify spending that much to get to play high end gaming. And you're not going to get high end gaming. You're probably going to get really good, at least consistent 1080p gaming, and yet they are still freaking doing it. To see it, and then now it just breaks my heart to say, like, right now, like in the environment that we are right now, budget PCs are non-existent.
Yeah,
like they are legitimately non-existent because of the chip shortage. Until we get the chips back in tune, then I don't know how long it's going to take us. How long it's going to be until we kind of get back to the norm of like, oh, let's go to Best Buy. Let's go find the card. Oh, it's right there on the shelf. Okay, here we go. Just go pick it up without worrying about someone scalping it for like a ridiculous profit. So yeah.
And I feel like Donk hit the nose on the head saying it's the perfect storm: work from home, NFT, crypto, supply shortages, just making for that complete, you know what I mean? Like just complete perfect storm. And instead of them going the direction of, all right, how are we going to get these in consumer hands? It seems more like, well, shit, they're paying these prices already. Might as well pocket that money ourselves instead of letting these scalpers do it. And then they've got to, because they're clearly going to pay it. It's crazy. It's absolute madness. It's like when they first announced the pandemic and then everybody just started buying toilet paper for some reason. Like that's kind of what it feels like. It's just like, I don't know. Like, do you need that much toilet paper? Like, what is going on? But that's what people are doing. Like, I gotta gobble up all these graphic cards, but they're using it for NFTs, for cryptocurrency, and these farms and stuff like that. So it's not even really going to people's hands. And the big trouble I feel is that, it's going to get to a point where some of these older graphics cards are going to start not being able to run these games, these newer games and stuff that are coming out. And, people are going to get stuck in, well, shit, I can't even play the games that I want to play because I can't afford to get a damn graphics card. And the graphics card I have now is just not up to snuff to be able to run, some of these particular games. So it's a terrible spot to be in. However, I do feel that this does allow the opportunity for another company then to come in and say, you know what, we got your back. We got some cheap stuff. I don't know if that's something that could be done, because I know obviously there's some things that are out of their control with shortages and things of that nature. But it could be an opportunity for somebody to maybe swoop in and be like, yo, check out our cards. We, you may not have heard of us, but we be doing things too, son.
I mean, it's affordable. Yeah, I think the only way that really kind of makes it's kind of funny because you already know me. I hate pre-builds. I don't usually am a fan of.
You already shamed Zuzu.
Oh yeah, I'll shame him. I'll shame him again. But like now it's to a point. It's a point to say, like, I will say that it's that, like, because like I guess it is a good privilege level when you can say, hey, I can build a computer. You build the computer, you pay like $1,000 or $1,100 or whatever for even a budget PC, but you can't even do that anymore. So like now to this point, it's like to get if you see a pre-build to get to the for the whole deal for this whole deal. It's like wow, okay, I really can't blame them at this point because video cards are so freaking hard to get. It's like the base levels of like of pre-builds would justify the amount of money that you're paying for some of these cards. Just for the video card. It's not even because like, and the funniest thing about it, it's like if you look on like PC part pickers and stuff, if you look on the stuff like that, RAM has gone down in price. freaking storage has gone down in price. You can go to freaking like all the most of the internal components have been kind of fairly medium. The only thing that has been up has been motherboards, graphics, even CPUs have been in the wavering spot where it should be right now, because it's the scarcity of getting a 5600 series or a 5000 series AMD is there. You could just go to a store now at this point and start picking them up. So like, but now it's just like, nope, the video card is like, it's like, okay, this is going to be the gold piece. It's like, how much is this card going to be? This card is going to be all the components that you just bought combined plus another $200 is how much it's going to be for this card. It's freaking insane. The 3600 series RAM I just bought for 16 gigs only cost me about $109. That's not bad. At a 3600 from Crucial, which is one of my favorites right now, and G Skills base has like a G Skills based 8 gig sticks are going for can go as low as 55 to $62. The only reason why I know that is because I've been recently looking into this for my brother. And also an interesting
thing to note too is people are going for these 3080 series. I have a 2070. Fun fact, they released the same software for the 3080 series that they did for us. So yes, it was for that series, but we also got it too. So we still reap the benefits even if we have a lower model. You know what I mean? And so it's not even in my interests right now to get that card because I don't need it. I have a functioning working card that works great and I got a software upgrade. So why, you know what I mean? It's not in my best interest. And it's insane that like, God, like the prices are just so inflated. And I know once, the chip shortage and all the shipping containers out at sea that are just stuck. Why? I don't know. Can anyone answer that? I would love to know why. Like, why are they just sitting out there? Can we get them in?
Because the problem is people working the docks and like because of it's just full circle. I mean, it's just a matter of people getting sick to be going to work and doing all this stuff. It's just like the amount. Like my job, we had to close some places because there weren't enough people to run it.
Yeah.
Because of the shortage of people. Now because of so like now it's like now when you got a backlog of literally months of backlog of different kinds of shipments at a dock, it's like you're going to need some extra hands to kind of unknot that unknot that stick, so like yeah, so I mean that's the reason why it's a little it's pretty tricky to kind of fix all of that. What did you say? Did you just ask me like 64 gigs? You looking for 64? Why? Well, I guess you do a lot of rendering, so I guess
yeah.
No, I don't.
But his is DDR5.
Using DDR5.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's expensive.
Because he's doing some heavy lifting. Yeah,
that's not normal.
Oh, but that kind of stuff though, like I could see needing something of that caliber then to get it. Not that I'm saying that the prices should be that high, but a lot of people, I feel, especially your average gamer, you don't need that kind of heavy power to play games and do the things that you're looking to do. I feel like that stuff is more for like you're talking like films and major rendering. Animation and rendering machines and stuff like that. But still, man, that is scary. And to find that the 3050 is that price increase from what it should be right now, that should tell you everything. I can't believe people are paying because I'm in the same boat as Lex. I've got a 2070 and I got that. I don't even remember how much I got it from, but it was way cheaper than what this middle grade series is for the 3000 series. You know what I mean? It's exponentially cheaper.
I mean, even used, our cards would sell for about $1,000 right now.
Yeah, I would make a profit. Yeah,
I win.
Yeah. That's huge.
Very much so. I think overall that Cara saying, nah, I need a 4K Minecraft at 240 FPS.
Ray tracing.
Yeah, with ray tracing. But I just think that overall that it's just uh it's you're right. I mean, most people don't need any of this. Once you hit 30, really, it's just 3070 and below, in my opinion. But 3070 is kind of high. It's kind of high in my opinion. But even with a 3080 with it, it's exactly what you said, Smitty. It was mostly for rendering. Would be for rendering, Blender, really highly run, programs that will use a lot of your RAM and stuff. Because right now, like I said, the only thing that's underpowered on my PC is my video card. But the rest of the rest of my computer is a beefcake. But still, it's just but still, it's okay, here you go. I just won't justify the I should just probably go pick up a 2070, to be honest with you, at this point, because it just seems like the long haul. But the problem is, like you said, it's $1,000. And that's way too much where I want to pay for it. But yeah, it's so interesting that that's where we're at right now. But eventually, hopefully, we get back to some sort of level of normalcy. What I really hope is the fact that GeForce doesn't jack their prices up, knowing that this is how much people are willing to spend for these cards.
That's the scary part.
That's the one thing. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm really worried about. If the next gen happens, or if they go for 4K, the 40 series or whatever, they're going to say, "Oh, we got away with selling these cards for $1,600, and we know." We initially had this for 800 and stuff, but people were willing to spend double that just to get this card. I really hope that they don't do that. But we'll see. We'll definitely see how this all goes. Davis, are you on any waiting list? Waiting list for video card? Nah, I'm not. My mentality of it, I was on waiting list, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this, because I don't want the pressure, because I don't like the idea of being on the waiting list and then they come and tell you when you're free to do it. And what's even worse, what people don't even tell you, like Newegg's waiting list, when you're on their waiting list, you also have to buy a secondary item. And then every time that they do that, it's not like a simple, because you know how it is back in the day when you bought a console system and they said, oh, you have to buy an accessory to justify them to buy the consoles. Mm-hmm. The secondary item could be anything. When my friend got his video card, he had to buy a 27-inch tough Asus monitor. We didn't need a monitor.
My goodness.
It cost $300. The monitor was $300 on top of the video card itself. They had to pay for it. Yeah, and I was just like, this is stupid. I don't need to jack the prices up on it. You've been called up twice. You know what? For EVGA, I would go with EVGA, because EVGA is the only one that actually gives it to you at the normal marked price. So you could get a 3080 for about $800 to $900. But I will say that. But I don't know how fast they're getting those cards in.
I'm still holding on to my pre-build card in case we decide to build a stream PC. Because, you know what I mean? Then I got that extra card and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm good to go. I got one part. I don't even have to worry about. Is it great?
Yeah.
No. But, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily need that part in one or the other. You know what I mean? I just need the good card in one of them. So
you got two 3090s. Are you SL aligned in 3090s? Wow, that must be crazy. Yeah, nice. that if you sold, well, SLIing is a little overrated too, in my opinion. But yeah, but it's cool. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's very good luck. So, but we'll definitely see it. Hopefully, yeah, no, right. SLIing is way overrated. Yeah, so we'll go. Yeah, we'll definitely see how this is going to go. But yeah, right now it's not. It's definitely.
It is not. It isn't. I feel like for anything, everything is expensive right now, dude. Nothing. It's not time to buy a car. It is not time to buy a house. Hunker down, save your ducats as much as you can, and ride this out until things start falling again. Because right now it's just crazy.
And buy a bidet attachment. Hands down, best purchase I ever made during the pandemic.
Buy a Japanese toilet.
A bidet attachment? Because the toilet paper was gone. What was I supposed to do?
I love that Lex's advice. Wash your butt.
Wash your butt.
All right.
And your hoot nanny.
All right. Yeah. My topic today was something interesting. Well, it's something interesting that I've been kind of toiling over. Like, I like to give things chances, benefits of the doubt and chances. So most people, like, contrary to what people believe, I am just a hater, which I am not. Like, I would say that I do give something a fair chance. So I gave Square Enix gave us a demo key for the Kingdom Hearts collection that's coming out for the Nintendo Switch. And Nintendo is doing this new weird thing that they already did it for certain games already, especially games that could not run on a Switch, which is their cloud service gaming, which is the game itself is 100% on the cloud. And get this though, too, by the way, if you want to buy Kingdom Hearts collection, the full collection of the game series on the Switch, it would cost you $90. Each game costs $50. Or if you want to buy them individually, it costs $50 a piece. So they jacked the price up from, like, if you wanted to buy it on PC or if you wanted to buy it on any of the other console systems. The other console systems only, like, well, for me, I bought the full collection for $15. It was on sale, but normally I think the normal MSRP is $40 for it. So that's freaking insane. So I said, okay, let's see how it is. Let's see if one person has the chance to play Kingdom Hearts. The only way to play it is on the Nintendo Switch. So I decided to play it. My God, dude, the lag in this game, like the cloud service of Switch is atrocious. I have never seen anything as bad. It's like Stadia is better than what the what freaking I experienced playing this. I mean, this game. I decided to try Kingdom Hearts 3, and then played it on the through the cloud services by going wireless, because that's what they always like to talk about, like how good the wireless is on the Switch. Played it, and I tested the ping times on it. Now, normal ping delay for a television, direct connection to your, like, a console system to your TV, to the network, is really low. It should be about 20 milliseconds. I would say 20 milliseconds is a really good for a really good television, or actually 15 to 20 is even better. Like 15 to 20 milliseconds is in the norm for me. So you're wanting to do that for input delays and stuff. Wireless connection is a little worse because it's not guaranteed connection. It goes about 40 to 50 milliseconds, sometimes running at 60 frames per second, which is also very doable. There might be some slight ticks and stuff. This Kingdom Hearts wirelessly going at 720p, 60 frames per second. It's actually frameless. There's no bar on that. Was 212 milliseconds, like, per delay. So your attacks could literally be so far off, and your dodging could be so far off if you have a really crappy wireless connection, which I don't. And then also if you're just trying to just play the game normally. So I decided to try to connect it directly because I have a modem for my Switch, ported it, tried playing it, and then it was better, but it wasn't it wasn't ideal. It was terrible. I don't understand. Okay, so this is what really irritates me. What really irritates me about this. I don't understand how they are promoting this service out to the public, and then at the same time willing to say it's going to cost you $90 for a game that you don't physically own. It's in our cloud ether. And then not open an eye saying, hey, we might be just stealing these people's monies. These people money that may not even know any better on this at this point. Because, don't forget, Guardians of the Galaxy is also another fully cloud service game that's on this service as well. And yet they're just saying, okay, you can play it on this. It is unbelievable. It is I would say that is the biggest crock I have ever seen, and that's freaking insane to me. Towards this. So I don't know, man. Nintendo needs to do something about their network. They need to do. They said they worked on it. It's gotten a lot better. When you can play Mario Party and Mario Kart and all these different kinds of things. But it is freaking insane to me that they're giving this kind of service to people and then not thinking that they're not doing anything wrong. So I don't know. I might be the crazy one. What do you guys think?
I mean, those times are terrible.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like, come on, dude. You're telling me, and I know that you're no slouch with your interwebs. So you've got, I can't imagine people are going to find much higher speeds for it, Wi-Fi, and they want you to play it Wi-Fi. I don't know. That's very much a turnoff. And that actually scares me because it's like, just looking at this, especially the fact that it's on Switch, this makes me, and I wouldn't get it at this price, mind you. But this makes me want to, because this is something that I could play with my daughter, and I know that we would enjoy it. I'd finally get the chance to play it, and there's all kinds of characters that she's going to enjoy. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I got on disc. You can borrow it.
Oh, yes, please. That'd be great. But yeah, this sounds terrible. Clearly not worth the money.
No.
Nintendo, I feel that they've been struggling as far as their cloud gaming and their online play. Like, I don't know. I've done some of the, they had the NES thing, and they brought in the Super NES. They've got the family pack now with the, it's got 64 games and stuff like that. But even still, the experience is not the greatest with their online play. I do remember that, isn't it with this new dock, there's a ability to hardline into the dock, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know, and I haven't really heard anybody speak on it or anything like that, but I wouldn't mind maybe getting a hardline dock that I could use, and then maybe play it off of that. But I don't want to, unless I am mobile, I don't want to play wirelessly. Why? Especially like if I'm in my home. Like, if I'm in my home, I'm going to play on my big ass TV. Like, what are you talking about? Unless something's going on. So it's weird that they're kind of, it seems like they're almost trying to force people to play it wirelessly. They're touting it's wireless, and then the wireless is like, oh, this is a very meh experience, or not the best experience. I've had better cloud experiences. We were playing Luna the other day, had a fantastic time on the TV. We played some Scott Pilgrim. Finally, we couldn't even get past the first stupid level.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
I couldn't get Lizard Elsa to freaking res me enough, so I would die first or more times because you wouldn't get me, and I'm like, gosh damn it. But yeah, it seems weird. It seems like they're trying to force it, but really, it's just not there yet. And I feel like they really need to focus on making a much better online experience overall. Otherwise, I feel like they'll see a little bit. I mean, they'll never really see any major trouble because of it, because they kind of do their own thing. But it definitely is a turnoff for me as far as a gamer. Like, the last thing I look at is my Switch to play. I haven't beaten Breath of the Wild yet. I'm just always like, meh. I got a ton of other things I can go play.
Right?
Why even? I'm not even gonna look at it.
Yeah,
right.
I'm in a different boat. I absolutely loved this series. I know apparently people in chat do not. That's fine. But I loved the series. But having those types of delays, absolutely not. I would be so furious. I'd end up just putting it down, not touching it. I played the games on PS4 though, and I didn't have any problems. But yeah, that seems absolutely frustrating because there is a lot of, you have to move out of the way, you got to dodge. And if you can't do that in time, then what's the point? Because you're just going to repeatedly die. Yeah, that sounds awful. I'm so sorry, but they need to fix that. What the heck? You can't sell a service that's just.
Well, your people are paying $40 for an experience like that. That's not even that's not playable.
Oh, it's not even that. It's not even that though. I think there's three factors here that really kind of pisses me off about this. One, Nintendo doesn't admit that they have a problem with their network. Or their networking issues. They never did. They've always said that they're satisfied with where they're at when it comes to their network, which is incredible to me that they would be able to say that to me. So there you go. Two, they're charging $90 for the collection of like one game.
This is $90?
It's $90. It's $50 if you bought them individually. It would cost $50 a piece. So that's what I'm saying. It's like that price tag for that for what you get is freaking highway robbery, is what I'm saying. That's not even fair. And I'm not, like I said, and this is me with a fair shake on a game that I don't like playing, but I know it's popular, but I know it's very popular for a lot of people. But I'm just saying that that you like Lex, would you pay $90 for this before the series?
No.
Like a series like this now? No, hell no. Especially since the series has been out for a while.
No.
Yeah, so like I'm just saying it's insane, but like to say that you're okay. So yeah, so then a big problem is that pricing, because that it's going through cloud service, that they had to mark the price up.
Yeah.
Is my guess. I mean, it's not the official thing, but that's what I would assume, because that wouldn't make any other sense if they just say, okay, this is not $100.
So what do you mean it's going through its cloud service? So you're not actually downloading anything; you're just streaming it, essentially.
No, yeah, exactly. That's how you're playing it. Yeah, well, you own the game, but it's like the only way you can play the game is through Nintendo's cloud. Like kind of like what you had to do for Luna or for Stadia and stuff. Like you get access to it, but it's because it's not going to be locally on your system. It's going to be on their on their side.
Unless it's Ubisoft. Unless it's Ubisoft, and that cross save from one being able to bounce from the TV to the computer is pretty damn legit. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty seamless.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I mean, yeah, but like, yeah, they're definitely not. They're definitely not there. That's kind of crazy to think that third party is actually crazier than where we're at.
Let me just
with a first party.
Can I point out, because I was like, how much did I pay for these games? And I remember, because I played on the PlayStation 4. I played them not too long ago, like in the last few years. And then, of course, I got the new one, and I played that. I got that as like a Valentine's Day present, which I was very excited for it. But the story so far for PlayStation is $34.50, and that includes all of the games prior to the newest one. So I think it's 4 in total. But it's $34. Why? That's insane that they're, oh my God. No.
Well, like I bought the full collection of Kingdom Hearts because I did say if we hit a certain goal, I'd play some of the Kingdom Hearts series. If we hit a certain goal of me just ragging on the series while I played it, it was going to be it was on sale for $15, and I got all of it. I got all of it for $15, and I was just like, okay, I'll pay $15 for that.
Yeah,
you know. So luckily I didn't have to do it. So it's just sitting there on my shelf. It will probably never be touched again unless there's another incentive for me to play it. But still, it's just like that price tag is just like it's going to. I just think that it's going to fail before it even starts, in my opinion. Like, we've already seen a lot of Kingdom Hearts. We've already seen the end of all of this stuff a long time ago, regardless. But the fact is that they are still trying to sell it out to you like that. And then their service for the network is not justifying the price that you're paying for it, and also the experience that you're going to get from it. So like, I think that's such BS. It's not even fun. Like, that's something that needs to be worked on immediately. So yeah. But anyways, that's my rant on it. Double rant. Cloud and Kingdom Hearts garbage. Yes. Grab a mirror, stand in front of it naked while you try to cry in a cup, then drink your tears. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, we were having a separate conversation. You're not supposed to be reading that.
No.
I'm like, what? It's like, I thought that was Donkey for me. I'm like, nope, that was.
I was he's reading it. He's reading it.
That was GameCast Crew Zone right there. Jesus. Smitty, what are you up to? What are you bringing to the table?
Very, very quickly. What happened? We got to talk about it. So they finally, and this is something that I think that they've talked about before, but it sounds like they might be moving forward. But Twitch announced that they are going to be rolling out a ads incentive program, which essentially means that they are going to be looking to pay streamers essentially they would get a set payout based on the number of set hours that they determine, and then they'd have to run a certain amount of ads within that time period. I don't know. I know that I had saw a graphic where, and I don't think there's any. I don't know if there's any legitimacy to it. But it was showing like an example where if you run 2 ads within or like 4 ads within a 2-minute period or something like that, you get $500 would be the payout for a month, and then you'd have to stream X amount of hours as well. So they said that it's going to be rolling out to a select few partners and affiliates. So who knows? Although I did see within some Twitter threads, people saying that they've gotten emails that it's in their ads manager. So this is something that's active right now. So check if you haven't checked or anything like that. See if maybe you possibly got selected. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it though. So I'm assuming I did not get selected. But I think this would be you think you did?
Yeah, I got something earlier today.
You should look at it. You should take a look at it and see if it has any kind of like pricing. Because I think it's based off of your channel as well, which is what the pricing structure would be. I think though, whatever it looks like, I think this is good definitely for creators, especially those creators that are full-time streamers that do this for, that is streaming is their job, and being able to have a steady flow of income is huge. This also, I'm sure on the Twitch side will help them to be able to fulfill plays and views and their contractual things that they have with these advertisers. So it's kind of their way of forcing people still to be able to watch. And that doesn't necessarily mean people are going to watch the ads, but it's just another way for them to be able to kind of inject these ads into people and incentivize people to play more ads. So that totally makes sense as to why they're doing that. But yeah, you can see this, and this is from a blog post, mind you, that has since now been deleted. So, or it's been removed. The blog post has. So there might be some legitimacy to that pricing structure. Again, I'm guessing that this is going to be based on your viewership or some sort of criteria is what they're going to set it. It would be great if they were just like $500 for 40 hours, and we're talking 40 hours within a month, which is very doable even for a schedule like mine. So I think this is a good incentive, and this would be an incentive to then push to at least hit those limits to be able to get that payout regardless. So that's going to be in addition to any other additional income that you're making. So I think this could be a huge program. I think this is a good thing. I think this is a win, whatever it looks like and however it shakes out for streamers and content creators. And I think they need to start doing stuff like this too, because you're seeing that some of these other streaming services are starting to make ground. Other people are starting to look at this because they're seeing what people do not like about Twitch and saying, all right, let's build our own thing, something that's going to be, and now every Tom, Dick, and Harry has some sort of app that is geared towards gamers or esports or something like that. So this kind of move, they're going to need to start looking at more ways to incentivize people and stay on top of the streaming platform, at least for gamers.
Now, just wanted to make sure how this is rolling right now. So if they're going to do it this way, does that mean that the way that how it's been the past couple of years, they're not going to do it like they're not going to automatically throw like ads at you like crazy because like what they've been doing? Instead, there's going to be the people are going to say yes. You could I'm going to throw an ad because with my community, and then the individuals getting paid for it. Is that how that's going to work? Because like that's how I'm gathering. Because it feels like right now, like if you go on Twitch and you go on a random, let's say you just go on a random Twitch page, if you ever do that, that it's not like it doesn't feel like you're getting like invaded with ads like initially, like how it was like,
right now. I don't think, and kind of like Dong saying, I can't see them reducing the amount of ads that they play. You know
That'd
what
be
I
very
mean?
weird.
That's a very,
weird.
that's a very, I mean, that is a reason it's that makes it harder to want to go and discover people because you got to sit through 2 minutes of ads before you
Right.
even get in, which a lot of people
Yeah.
are not going to stick around for that kind of stuff.
It irritates the hell out of me.
Yeah.
When you get into that. Yeah.
So I hope that's something that they look at least. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Again, I feel like there's still not a lot of details as to what this looks like. That's all I want to see. And we should be starting to see if they've sent out these emails and have made it available to people now. I'm waiting to see, can somebody confirm what numbers look like or what the actual breakdown is, as opposed to this now defunct blog post that no longer exists. But if those numbers are any kind of indication, dude, I mean, that's definitely an incentive to hit those metrics. Can you imagine being able to, at the end of the month, get an extra $500, just making sure, that you're running, and again, I don't know what the details are. This says run 2 minutes of ads per hour. So go ahead, Lex.
I mean, I average about 30 plus hours streaming per week, not including the podcast. I don't see it in my ads area. I don't know what it really looks like though either, but there's like a new timeline look. So I think that's new, but I don't think I got it because I looked through my emails. I don't have anything from Twitch. Rude. This would be nice. I would like that. I mean, they're already seeing ads. Why wouldn't I get paid more from it? I do have like pre-roll ads like taken off. So, because I don't want people to come to my channel and the first thing they see is ads. Like that sucks. And I also have it that subscribers don't see ads. So I wonder if that changes the game in that aspect. Like now subscribers will see ads regardless if you have that set or not, because you're getting paid for them. I have questions and I need to do some more digging, but I like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the other thing too. What is the ads manager? They're like, you're probably familiar with ads manager. I have no idea what ads manager is. I couldn't even find it.
I just found it. If you go to your Twitch, and then you go to, so I went down to my creator dashboard, right? So I pull that up. If I go to settings and then I go to affiliate, if you scroll down, there's your onboarding, your subscriptions, bits and cheering, community support, promotions. Then at the very bottom is where you'll see your ads. Do you see it? Will that help you?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where you'll see it. Mine, I don't think I have it because it says activate your schedule to automatically run ads on your channel, but I don't think that's always been there. So I don't think I got it, but I'm curious as to how this is going to work. I would like to get paid more for my ads because I feel weird being like, everyone needs to subscribe. Give me your money.
This is kind of weird though?
You know?
But it seems kind of weird that they're pushing harder on the ads and they should then just give you more of a piece of the pie on the subscription. Right. At that point too, though, right? I mean, because what's like do they know? Like, I mean, are they? I guess they get more money on the ads than they would get on subs because not everyone has those has that unlocked. So, but like, to be honest with you, like it is a cool thing that they're going to do to kind of give people more of an incentive to promote ads or show ads on their channel. But at the same time, though, like there's a lot more that can be done on what you're doing. Like I would have thought that your next step was going to kind of look at that shakeup between the 50-50 thing of creator on your subscriber count, like make it 60-40 or heaven forbid 730, 70-30, but like I don't know, like I guess it's good, but the biggest issue I have with these updates with Twitch is that they are always so damn vague. Like that's like that, because we're kind of we're so like right now, for instance, we're technically kind of spinning it, trying to see how the best way that we're interpreting what this announcement is. Like you remember, like a couple of days ago, you remember they had another announcement about that they're in partner with Universal Music, and then I'm like, great. So what songs? I mean, they're saying they got some of the songs, but they're not giving you the list or they're not giving you any information on what is still cool, like give you the green to stream. or not stream and stuff. So it's like, you kind of need to give us some of this stuff so we can be like, oh, can we do this? Is this universal or whatever, but like, I don't know. It's just like, they do this time and time again. I don't know if it's to a point that they just keep on thinking that it's going to work for them or whatever, So,
well, I don't think it's, I mean, again, I think that for metrics wise, now you're able to definitively say that you are going to get X amount of, based off the people that are hitting these incentives, you are getting this amount of plays, this many views. You're able to break down that data, which is going to be a lot more valuable than to advertisers. Again, this is to me about ducats for them and how they are getting those ducats. And a lot of that is coming from advertising. And I think they're just trying to find different ways, because advertisers are probably possibly saying, hey, I need to be able to have guaranteed view amount or whatever. So I think this is, and it's nice that they're at least saying, hey, here's a way, but this incentive is not just for, hey, we're really thinking about the creators. This is more, we've got advertisers that we've set these metrics. We have sold them on these numbers. This is how we're going to be able to achieve those numbers is by implementing this new thing, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, well,
Don kind of said it right. Jeff Bezos gets a bigger beep rocket and you get 30 cents a month. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
He'll have a apartment on the moon here in the next year or so. So we'll see where it's going to go.
Oh my God.
Man, well, okay. I mean,
we'll see. It's something. It's something. And I'm always for creators being able to get some money, especially the fact there's so many that are on Twitch. At least giving people that incentive to be able to do whether, and we'll see if it what those numbers look like based off of viewership as well, because it could come in that it's not even worth it. You get $100 for doing that. It's like, that's not even worth the time, like for that amount of time, like it, so we'll see what that looks like. I'm curious to see as that unfolds and we start seeing people being like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm going to make a YouTube video about it or whatever.
Right. Definitely. So, okay. Well, cool deal. Guys, thank you for listening to episode number 120 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. As always, we will be back again next week. But if you did miss out on this episode, by all means, you could always check us out. We always release it on Monday mornings on all podcast services, or like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, what have you. Or you can go to our main website, confreaksgeeks.com, to check out any of the upcoming the episodes. So there is no excuse to not listen to our sexy voices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back again next week, and we'll have some awesome topics as always. So once again, guys, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.